An interview is an excellent type of content for almost any topic. The idea is to find an expert in your industry, reach out to them, and ask them questions about their expertise. It's a great way to provide enormous value to your audience while also leveraging the authority of the person you're interviewing to boost the credibility of your brand. So, how do you conduct a great interview? You want to start by choosing the right format. A face-to-face interview can be great, but more often, phone or Skype interviews end up being more practical. To talk to someone face-to-face, you have to be in the same location at the same time, you have to fit into the person's schedule, and it often consumes a lot more time than necessary. An interview by phone or video chat is a lot easier to set up, it eliminates travel time, and it's still pretty easy to build rapport and have a real conversation. You can do email interviews, but they generally don't turn out as well as spoken interviews. Make sure you're recording the interview and ideally have a backup method just in case something goes wrong. So for example, you could be recording video and then have a separate audio recorder running, or you could have a microphone and then be taking handwritten notes at the same time. You never want to get to the end of an interview and realize you have nothing to show for it, trust me. Before you interview someone, be sure to do your homework. Read everything they've written, know their story, check out the interviews they've done in the past. Make sure you're prepared. In terms of the interview itself, keep it conversational. Don't give the person a list of questions in advance. You don't want canned responses. You obviously want to have some questions and a general roadmap planned out, but don't be afraid to go off course and ask follow-up questions. You want to listen to what they're saying. Be an active listener and treat it more like a discussion than an interrogation. With that said, you also don't want to talk too much yourself. Try to keep the focus on the other person. Interviews can work well in just about any format. You can do video, you can do audio, you can write it up as an article and even publish a full transcript, whatever you think will be the most valuable format for your audience. If you want to go deeper, you can also do a profile, which is basically a mini biography or documentary of a person or company in your industry. Usually this begins with an interview, but you'll also want to do some additional research and include other relevant information to tell a complete story. After interviewing and profiling hundreds of people and companies over the last few years, this is easily one of my favorite content formats.